In this video, I'm going to share with you one simple concept that I blatantly stole from the Harry Potter series that you can use in your life to turn any negative experience that you have to your advantage. Okay? I'm a big fan of using personal affirmations and positive thinking in my life, if for no other reason than that I'm more likely to recognize positive things when I'm in the practice of habitually looking for them. Right? So one of my favorite mantras in life is, I am Goblin Steel. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to have to nerd out on you for just a second. So if you haven't read the Harry Potter books, pause this video and then go read all 7 of them right now, because you should have already done that because Harry Potter is amazing. But anyway, if you haven't, I'll recap, but I'm not going to spoil too much. So there's a sword in Harry Potter, the Sword of Godric Gryffindor. It's made by goblins, so it's made of goblin steel. Now, goblins can't do magic, but they are magic, so anything that they create is imbued inherently with magical properties, right? One of those properties is that goblin steel only takes into itself that which makes it stronger. So the sword would never rust because that would make it weaker, right? But it would take basilisk venom into it because that makes it stronger. Being poisoned makes it stronger as a sword, right? So this idea used in your life, you can use in a lot of different ways. In some ways, humans are already set up to run this way, right? So think of the immune system. We're exposed to some negative pathogen, right? And then we see it, we understand it, and then we start to make antibodies so that we are inoculated against that pathogen in the future, right? That's how our immune system works. Another way that it happens naturally in humans is when we're working out. So we are tearing muscles, we're ripping them apart, we're exposing them to this kind of trauma. But because of that, the muscles grow back stronger than they were, right? So this is a really cool thing that happens naturally to us. Now, applying it to our psychology can be very helpful in life. So imagine, for instance, that you're sitting in traffic. Now, some people really hate traffic. It frustrates them. They get really upset. They're pissed off. They're yelling. They're like, oh, you cut me off, and all this stuff, right? The problem with that is, despite the emotional payoff that you might get in the short term for bitching about traffic, whatever time you spend in the car stuck in traffic is wasted time in your life. You don't get to get that back. You've lost it to misery, right? But if you have the mindset that you're Goblin Steel and that you're only going to take from that experience what makes you stronger, well, you now have 20 minutes of forced alone time, 40 minutes of forced alone time. What could you do with 40 minutes in your day that you didn't otherwise have, where you're by yourself and you can't do anything but think or listen, right? So maybe you could count your breaths and meditate. Maybe you could listen to an audiobook or a podcast. Maybe you could brainstorm about problems in your life and come up with some solutions that you can try, right? There are so many different ways that you could use that time that you're being forced to be alone to your benefit and to get stronger, right? So that's what it means to be Goblin Steel. So the next time that you have some horrible experience, you get your heart broken, or you're fired, or you fail at something, or you drop some food on the ground, you can turn around and use that experience and remember that you are Goblin Steel, and that with a little reflection, you can now get stronger from that experience. So I know there are a ton of different ways you could use this. If you like this concept, first of all, please feel free to use it, share it with your friends. Second of all, if you have any ideas of how you have used Goblin Steel, or how you'd like to use the concept of Goblin Steel in your life, but you can't figure out quite what the silver lining is, please post those in the comments. I'd love to read them and respond. If you like this idea, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I hope that you can use this to feel better in your life.